Hey guys, so this video was a long time coming because it's a lot more difficult than it seems to explain how to edit a good vlog. But in this video, I'm going to attempt to. Why? Because a lot of people don't realize how important it is to vlog because it's actually a really great way for artists and creatives to market themselves. So I took my experience as a storyboard artist in Hollywood and translated it over to a vlog. In turn, that helped me market myself as an independent artist and allowed me to create income without needing to have a full-time job. If you want more videos like this, make sure to like this video, jingle all my bells and buttons, help me feed that algorithm for more videos every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'm Jana, an ex-Disney artist turned independent creator, and let's get started. The first step is what everyone calls the rough cut. So first I'm going to start with the introduction / the beginning of a vlog. I always begin with, why should you care? A vlog is just a video about your life. There is nothing to care about. It can be kind of boring. Unless you are already a really big creator on this platform, no one is going to care about your vlogs. And that's why a lot of people think vlogging and the act of creating a vlog is really easy. But that is exactly why it's so hard to be a successful vlogger, because it is absolutely not easy to hold an audience's attention when you are talking about nothing. That's why with every single vlog that I make, there is a point and a reason for someone to watch it. It doesn't matter if I'm going to show you how I garden or a video about my cats. That's why at the beginning of every vlog, I always start with me talking to camera and explaining what I'm going to be doing that day in that vlog and what the audience is going to expect by watching through an entire 10 minutes of me living my life. Otherwise, why would someone sit through 10 minutes of not knowing what the story is about, not knowing who you are, and not knowing what they're going to get out of your video? So in this phase, I might take a long 10-minute clip and quickly select the most important points that I'm going to be covering in the vlog and dragging it down to the timeline very roughly. I don't really spend a lot of time choosing the beginning and ends of each clip, cutting it so it's perfect, and I don't really re-watch what I am saying very often, because rewatching yourself is what makes editing take 10 times as long as it needs to. Just quickly drag and drop roughly what you need into the timeline and move on. This way, the beginning or the act 1 of my vlog is quickly edited in a matter of less than 30 minutes. Now for act 2 or the middle part, I would say aim for 6 to 7 minutes of your overall vlog to be your act 2, and this is your process. This is showing the process of exactly what you said you were going to achieve by the end of the video. So for example, I recently created a vlog where I wanted to introduce my cats and I wanted to animate a new NFT and I wanted to film myself in an average day of filming. And this is where I stress 3 main things, in my opinion, creates a really good YouTube video. In order of importance, it's personality, video editing, and video quality. You want all 3 of these things to be really entertaining and engaging. Without those things, it doesn't matter what you do. Even if you're doing the most entertaining, crazy, interesting thing in the world, if you are not a personality, if you're not entertaining, then people might not watch. If the video editing kind of sucks and it's really slow and it drags along when it shouldn't, then people might not watch. And finally, in the least amount of importance, video quality. Video quality can go a long way, but if you don't have the first 2, video quality isn't going to save whether or not people are interested in your video. Just because you have a really expensive camera, all the nice equipment, doesn't necessarily mean your content is any good and people won't really be interested. Again, when I'm showing the process of building the cat tree, I will show it opening the box, I will show the process of building it and screwing it together, and then I will show the finished result. I will select a bunch of clips that suit those needs in the long hour-long clip that I filmed, and once I favorited all those clips, I will quickly drag it into the timeline and I will try my best not to rewatch all of them multiple times because, again, it slows you down. Once you have the beginning and the middle, it's time for the end. And the end is your act 3. Do you, the main character, achieve what it is you said you would achieve? And you don't always have to. Think of the TV shows or movies that you've watched. Sometimes the main character does not achieve what they think they wanted. Sometimes they don't get what it is that they wanted, because it's all about the journey, the hero's journey. People are more interested in the main character's growth and development, their personality and entertainment value, than they are with the actual goal. But it is important to show that you got or didn't get what it is that you set out to achieve. And that's why I always try to include a clip of me finishing something at the end. It feels like there's closure. It gives people a satisfying feeling at the end of your vlog. Otherwise, it doesn't feel complete. I choose to construct the endings of my vlogs like this because I can just end the video abruptly. A lot of inexperienced people instead say to the camera, "Okay, thank you for watching, bye-bye now." And that signals to your viewer that the video is done and they'll start to click out, which isn't good for YouTube watch time. You want people to watch all the way to the end of your video. And when you leave the closure all the way to the very end and then you end the video abruptly, that's really good for your watch time. Before we move on to the next phase of the editing process, comment down below what other filmmaking techniques you'd like me to explain. My third tip is to leave room for jokes. I think it's extremely important to mention, leave room for jokes. Don't cut out all the mistakes, all your mess ups when you failed at something, or if you had a flub stuttering or speaking or whatever it is, because of what I mentioned before about personality. Having a good personality kind of trumps everything that I am talking about. If you are so lucky that you have a really lovable personality, you're really engaging on camera, you're kind of meant for YouTube. But for everyone else, especially myself, I am working on my personality and showing it on camera, and it takes a while to get used to being filmed and being natural on camera. So while you're working on it, don't cut out all your mistakes. Don't cut out all the mess ups. And I'm saying that as someone who tended to do that when I first started editing these videos and vlogs, because I thought it was distracting or unprofessional or whatever. But don't do that, because YouTube is not that serious. It's very different from your traditional TV show or movie. People who are watching want to know that you are human. They want to see your weird way of talking or your weird mistakes and who you are. You'd be surprised how many vloggers and lifestyle content creators actually have baked in jokes in their content. They actually write or plan out, at least, the jokes that they're going to say on camera, and they perform it. They act it out for camera. And it doesn't seem that way because they are so good at being relatable and making it feel natural. But there's a reason for that, because comedy keeps people's attention. It's actually a really, really good way to think about crafting a vlog. Now for the fourth step, transitions. Now, I don't like using transitions in my vlogs because it can be kind of cheesy when done poorly. Think of Star Wars. I'm not saying Star Wars is done poorly. I'm saying those wipe transitions and iris transitions are really unnatural and can take you out of your vlog. Also, it doesn't feel filmic, and that's what I'm trying to aim for when I'm shooting these more cinematic type vlogs. In most TV shows and movies, other than movies like Star Wars, they don't have those type of transitions, so I don't like using them on YouTube. It feels a little bit slideshowy to me when you don't have to do that. You can just make a hard cut. But what about the problem of it feels really jarring to see you cooking and then doing something else? I like to do J and L cuts. This is basically when you let some of the audio of the clip play a little after into the next clip or before it's about to happen. A lot of YouTubers have learned how to do this, and it's a great technique to transition to the next scene really fluidly. It is 6:30 and your brain will subconsciously pick up that really subtle cue. So when you do transition to the next scene, it doesn't feel jarring anymore. Occasionally, I might throw in some in-camera whip pans. This is when you use the camera and you whip it right as the scene ends and cut it into another whip pan right as the beginning of the next scene starts. This is a really cool transition, but it is really unnatural. It can take you out of the video, so I use it sparingly. The next step is the second and the final pass. At this point, you probably have a really long video. hopefully. Usually I end up with something like 20 to 30 minutes long. The reason why it's so long is because I roughly threw in a bunch of clips and I created a really rough cut of the video. Clips are probably too long, there are probably a bunch of stutters in there, there's probably a bunch of jokes and stuff that didn't land. It's time to cut all of that out. And this is when I rewatch my video. I go in and I cut everything cleanly. I take out really long, pregnant pauses where I'm just thinking about what to say next. I take out jokes that don't work. By doing a second pass like this, instead of editing, rewatching, editing, rewatching, it saves a lot of time. I've been able to cut down my editing time for vlogs to only about a few hours, if that, by doing this process. Once you get the rough cut down to a more cleaner cut, hopefully you will have a 10 to 15 minute long video. After this point in the process, I always like to go in and do it again. This is the final cut. After all the big mistakes are cut out, now it's a lot easier to see these smaller mistakes because sometimes you might miss some. And sometimes when you're cutting out a whole lot of stuff, things look different when you are watching it again. In this final cut, I am extremely brutal with myself. Is something boring? Cut it shorter. Is a process taking way too long to show? How do I edit it so that it is not going to lose people's attention? Once I get that final cut down, it usually ends up being around the 10-minute mark, but we are still not done. The next step is B-roll. I layer on top the final cut of the main A-roll vlog with B-roll, which tends to be close-up shots and beauty shots of whatever it is that I tend to be talking about in that vlog. So if I'm showing the process of building this cat tree, I will layer in B-roll of the entire process. Detailed shots of the entire cat tree, detailed shots of certain parts of the cat tree, detailed shots of really select moments of when I am building the cat tree. B-roll to me is extremely important because, again, my personality isn't the most entertaining yet, so anything I can do with the video editing and adding B-roll, adding a little spice here and there can really make your video sing. Sometimes, after I've already have the video completely edited, I will rewatch it, and any parts that are particularly boring but I really can't do much about because I don't have enough footage, I will go back and film more B-roll so I can layer it on top. And yes, it does take a lot of time to do that, but it really makes the video a lot better. It pays to be a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to B-roll and that kind of thing. And finally, music and sound. This is the very last step. I always leave it to the end, and it really pulls the vlog all together. It's important to choose good sound with your music, and it kind of depends on your taste. Some people don't like adding music to their vlogs. I really like adding music to the vlogs because it can seem a little bit boring without it. I personally use Epidemic Sound for all my vlog music, unless I'm creating the music myself, and I really experimented with what kind of vibe that I like. And having Epidemic Sound is really useful because you can categorize it by genre, emotions, different kind of feelings that you want to evoke with the music. It has everything imaginable, including things that could practically be scores for a movie or TV show. In this section, I don't just slap on some music and call it a day. I actually duck the music, which means when the music starts playing really loud, way too loud, I lower the volume a little bit. When it's too low, I might raise the volume a little bit. The sound designing is really important to the flow of your vlog, and I don't ever miss this step. Occasionally, I might also throw in some voiceover. I usually record a voiceover on an external source like this Tascam. You can also do it with any kind of mic that you choose, and it helps lead the viewer along if you don't have enough clips of you telling the camera what it is you're doing. It's really subtle things like this that really pull the vlog together. If you want to learn more about how to use social media to grow your online business, check out my free guide, 8 Steps to Launch Your Online Store. If you want to help support this channel, head over to honeyandabsinthe.com to buy some merch. I have Lightroom presets, t-shirts, prints, all the works. Check out these other videos next for more advice. Make sure to like this video, help me feed that algorithm, and don't forget to dare to dream.